All right, folks, let's talk about the number one reason for perhaps doing a carnivore diet. But before I do that, just this is a little interesting observation from Dr. Sean Murphy, who is a independent ER physician based down in Tucson, Arizona. He's seeing just some really bad problems associated with Ozempic and some of these other drugs. Interestingly, you have to realize most physicians these days are sort of corporate captured. They work for a corporate medical system, and a lot of times their voices get stifled. And one of the things with most drugs that get pulled from the market is that it takes a lot of physicians noticing problems. And in recent times, we've seen that a lot of times their voices aren't being addressed, which is interesting. Another thing, before we go on to the carnivore thing, this is a tweet from a guy named George Monbiot, or something like that. He's a vegan activist in the UK. He's continually calling for the sort of abolishment of, animal agriculture. But anyway, he is now likening farmers to Nazi sympathizers simply because they are standing up for their rights to continue to earn a living, right? So this is where we've come. All right, so on to the carnivore thing. So, this is an interesting thing. There are a lot of people that do diets for different reasons, mostly because of, honestly, because of how much food costs and what tastes good to them. That is the number one reason most people choose a diet. Why should you choose a carnivore diet? There's really only one valid reason. I mean, I think there's a lot of great points around it, but the only reason it really makes sense is that it provides you health, right? If it does not provide you health, I see no reason to pursue it, quite honestly. I mean, there's other things I would rather eat potentially that taste. I hear this thing, the only reason you like to eat meat is because it tastes good. Well, that is true, but there's a lot of things that taste good to me. I mean, if I just ate based on taste, I'd eat like every other standard American, right? That's why people eat this diet, because it's engineered to taste good. But honestly, the reason carnivore is growing, and it clearly is growing, there are more and more people that are adopting this. I can see it just unequivocally. It is growing and growing and growing by leaps and bounds. And the only reason that it is growing is because it works. I saw a guy, a dietitian, was criticizing people, saying that people that do carnivore are depressed and have a lot of self-loathing, which I think is, first of all, I think it's ridiculous on face. But regarding the depression standpoint, I do agree. Some people that start a carnivore diet are depressed, but guess what? In many cases, the diet actually reverses that. And so to sort of denigrate a population saying they're depressed is some sort of an insult when they're trying to improve their health. I mean, it makes no sense to me that you would criticize people for attempting to improve their health, and the often sort of thing is, well, there's other ways you can do it. Guess what? Most people have already tried those other ways without success. This is often a diet of last resort for most people. You think about it. Most people aren't going to give up all this other stuff unless they perceive some significant benefit. And the reason people do this is because they do experience a significant benefit. And I think, particularly the mental health side, my gosh, the number of people that have said that this diet has dramatically improved their mental health is staggering. It really is. And, here's the thing. As more and more people do this, and you have people out there in the research community saying it's unethical to study these diets, we shouldn't do that. In my view, it's unethical not to study these diets, right? Because so many people are doing them anyway. You should find out what actually works. Does it really work? What are the potential problems with this? It's unethical not to study these diets. And as I've mentioned before, I am doing everything I can to get these studies to happen. And I think we're going to have some success finally, for some interventional trials, which I think is what is needed. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. I mean, why do you do this diet? Why do you stick with the diet? Is there some other reason? Maybe you you like just calling yourself Carnivore Carl or something like that. But I honestly, I think it's mostly because it provides significant health. All right, let me know what you guys think about any of the things we've talked about in this video. I hope you have a great day. We'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.